And the Marquoyer has it on that wing. Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild stab for spell. Here's another shot. Right by the score. Henderson has scored for Canada.
I went on Reddit and went on like Twitter, found the most randomest trades, and I was like, all right, you know what, like
current, like recent,
people what they think it's gonna happen. And
like this season,
with certain players. I honestly only found 3, and it's
Let's see.
2 of them are for Quinn Hughes.
Okay.
So the first one is with the Devils, Nemec, Mercer, 2026 and 2027 first round draft pick for Hughes.
I think you would need to sweeten it a bit.
You think you need to add more?
Yeah, I think so.
So what, you would add like a third rounder?
I would add either like a B+, A- prospect.
Yeah.
Or a second.
Wow.
I think it's Quinn Hughes, man.
Yeah.
I think you have to.
I was thinking more like you would add a conditional third if you sign him, which of course they're gonna sign him, so automatically turns into a third.
It's really hard to like kind of put into perspective because like it depends on Nemec how good he's gonna really be, right?
Yeah.
But like Vancouver's, I see a tweet today. It was like, this is the team you guys had only like 2 years ago. It was stacked.
Yeah.
So many good players, and they fumbled all of them.
The only way I see New Jersey is maybe they want to play with money, maybe throwing Palat the other way.
Yeah, but I don't know if Vancouver would just take him, right? But Vancouver would flip him then, I think.
Yeah, they would take Palat and try to flip him
at 50% or something like that.
Yeah.
I think I would.
That's only if they're going on a full rebuild.
Or what if you add Jack Hughes or Luke Hughes in the trade? Yo, that would be crazy. Imagine that. Yeah.
What, all the Hughes are getting happy, like, hey, you're coming here, and they're like, you find out Luke Hughes going the other way.
Yeah,
like, no!
That's crazy. Yeah. I think it just needs a sweetener.
It's just a little
pretty good. Yeah. I'm thinking like I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing like a video game, like you're obviously gonna want to always have Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
But you have to think of it from the perspective that it's Vancouver Canucks. Like they always do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're able to get that kind of return, I think so. What about you?
Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, yeah,
it's so hard to
it's hard to say.
You never get your value for a superstar.
No, I don't think. Nemec, I'll give him a little high on Nemec.
Yeah.
I think he is good, but Mercer, I thought he would have been better, man. I know he's having a good year, but I just thought he would like start getting into like the Jesper Bratt.
56 points when he was 22. So
yeah, I thought he would start doing what Jesper Bratt was doing. Like I thought he was going to get to that level.
Yeah, but
Some
he still
hiccups.
can, right? Like
yeah, he
Brad
can. He
took a
can
while
still.
too.
So yeah, I think you're gonna have to put both of them. Some people say that it's gonna be one or the other, and then they're gonna add other prospects. I think you have to send both of them.
You have to.
Yeah.
Even I think like there would have to be a pick after that too.
Yeah.
It's Quinn Hughes.
Quinn Hughes, yeah.
And even
Especially
if you're a
with Lock.
Devils, I would take that.
It's better to do that now.
Yeah.
Have his 2-year security, and then you sign him afterwards. You have him locked in for a long time, and that because Jack Hughes' contract comes up in 2030.
Yeah.
So you should try to make a trade now, because if you don't, things could go the other way very quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The other hypothetical I was talking about was with Detroit. Was Edvinsson, Danielson, or Casper? What's his name? Emmett Finney.
Okay, so say that again. Sorry.
So Edvinsson.
Yeah.
And then you got either Danielson or Casper, one or the other. Because I think he's
supposed to be good.
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
So
Casper actually made the
Marco
lineup.
Casper.
Casper's been playing better, but and then you got
Casper Danielson and like a pick.
So my thing is Edvinsson,
yeah,
Danielson or Casper.
Oh,
because Edvinsson has to go.
Yeah,
right. Because that's gonna be the key piece, and then you got Danielson or Casper, Emmett Finney, and 2026 and 2027 first round.
Dude, I would take that over the.
This is that's what a lot of people are saying, that Detroit has more to offer.
100%.
But I think with Detroit, most likely,
do you want to offer it?
Yeah, right. Like because the problem is he going to sign?
Hughes and Roenick end up in Detroit. Like that's crazy.
No, Roenick is in Vancouver.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, flipped.
You're talking about Mo Seider.
Yeah. Seider, Seider. Roenick went to Vancouver.
Yeah.
But
it would be good, but that's only if you could lock in Quinn Hughes. Yeah. Imagine if he walks out, or they're gonna have to do the same thing that Carolina did, where trade deadline comes, you gotta try to flip him again.
It's
or off season.
Yeah, Remember we were talking? I think on like the second episode was like Detroit made so many bad moves.
Yeah,
like all these years, like Roenick was one of them too.
Yeah,
but like they gave away so many of the younger players for like nothing, and it's like now you're bringing guys back in to kind of go back to where you wanted to be.
Yeah.
But like they're doing
this
better.
This is a franchise. Like this is a legit defenseman. This is not,
Yeah.
You're not trading for
No, but like imagine they kept those guys, right?
Yeah.
They could have been
Yeah,
like
they would have
contenders
been.
right now.
They would have been for sure. Yeah.
but
So that's the second one.
I like that trade though. I would take that
Yeah,
one.
I think for Vancouver, the second trade makes sense, but they may be hesitant. Maybe one of the first rounders would maybe a conditional. I don't know if they'll flat
Yeah,
out just give
that's
out
too
two first
much,
rounds.
man,
Be too
yeah.
much. It will have to be a
First rounds for
conditional.
guys like Danielson and like
Yeah,
that's
it's a
or
lot.
with
It's a lot.
Danielson,
I just saw
sorry.
this mock on Reddit. I was like, all
Yeah.
right, this seems like the most
But I feel like
competitive
for
one.
Quinn Hughes, like that's where the value should be at. Looking at that, I feel like it's got to be Nemec, Mercer, something else, and the 2 picks.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
And then if Nemec ends
it's
up
just
being
that
really
New
good, then-
Jersey is giving guys who are more NHL ready.
yeah.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah. But I feel like Vancouver doesn't even need those NHL ready guys now.
Yeah, but you know how the way they think.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we're ready. We're going for the
Yeah.
playoffs. Like,
But like everybody's gone now. Miller, like
Yeah.
like those guys are gone. So.
well, they still got Pedersen.
yeah, they have Besser, they have
Yeah.
Veronic, they have
So the next one is Ryan O'Reilly to Winnipeg Jets for a first rounder
this year. Like it depends
this
on the
year. This year, because they're saying that Ryan O'Reilly is going to go for a first round and an A-level prospect. I don't think they're going to get that. I think that's a little ridiculous
For a first round pick, that's a no brainer. Just take them.
because right now Jonathan Taves is on the fourth line wing.
Yeah.
Dude, he's playing wing because he can't play center. And then Nemestikov's moved up to the second line. And I was just watching the Jets play, and man,
Yeah.
they have a huge gap. I don't know Ryan O'Reilly's going to solve that thing right now, but they need something bad.
I think I would do it first rounder if it's for this year. Like
Yeah.
might as well, right?
Yeah. Ryan O'Reilly, I think he still has one more year left
Yeah.
of his contract.
I think I would do it.
Yeah. The fourth one is Sherwood for Chinakov and a third rounder.
And a third rounder?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, look at what Sherwood's doing.
I know,
man.
but the other guys like
I know. But Chinakov hasn't really lived up to it.
yeah.
But I mean,
I think he has
there's
a-
a high potential. He's
this year
24
he's a-
years old. He's kind of in the same boat as Robertson is.
It's because 2 years ago you actually looked pretty
Yeah.
good.
So I think it's still gonna. They may have to give another draft pick with him. I mean, people may think I'm nuts saying
I
this,
think,
but
yeah,
this is the mock draft. This is what I saw.
For Vancouver, it makes sense. You just get a bit younger with
Yeah.
getting him and trading Sherwood, but it's hard to make those type of trades too.
It is
Because
It is.
it's usually one winner and the other one's a big time loser.
Yeah.
It's usually how it goes.
It
with
just
those ones.
depends on like, do you think Chinakov is gonna fit?
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think anyone's fitting in Vancouver right now. Like they brought in that guy, what's his name from Chicago, Reichel, I think. Lucas Reichel. They brought
Yeah.
him in off waivers, I think, or maybe they traded for him like in end of September or something like that.
Okay.
And I don't think he had a point, like first 8 games or something like that. Like look at that, 14 games, 1 assist. This guy's supposed to be good too. First round, 17 overall. He's only 23
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
1 point in 14 games. So I don't know, Vancouver. Feel like-
Yeah. So it's like risky. It's like if your scouts have done the work, do you think he's the guy
yeah.
or no? Because it looks like there were rumors going on that Columbus Blue Jackets been asking for Sherwood badly. Like they need
Yeah.
a player like him. I mean Boston as well. Boston,
Yeah.
Philadelphia as well. A couple of teams have been asking for him.
Sherwood would fit in Buffalo or Boston perfectly.
Boston, yeah.
He's a feisty guy.
Yeah, for sure. Last week I was talking to Manveer. We were talking about childhood stories. So I just thought this time, people get to know you.
Yeah.
So do you have a favorite childhood hockey story?
Yeah. So I thought of it and I was like the first one that comes up. I have a bunch. You
Okay.
already know. There's so many stories. Probably
Yeah.
forgetting so many. Well, I thought of a random one. It's a pretty short one. So I think I was 15 and we were just playing. It was a game. I don't remember what. It was like a Friday night. That's all I remember. But it was like an end of a period. It was pretty funny. And I went for a face-off, and I think there's 1.4 seconds left or something like that. And the ref's about to drop the puck, and he's like, "Hey, you think you're gonna score?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, watch this, right?" I'm like, "I guarantee you, I'll score." I was laughing.
Yeah.
We're both laughing. He drops the puck. I don't know what the other center he didn't even try to go for the puck. It came on my stick. I roofed it. In 1.4 seconds. I'd left my team. I went to the ref. I'm like, bro, I told you. That was my celebration. I'm talking to the ref.
Yeah.
And I remember standing there in that moment thinking, I'm like, how is this possible? I told the guy I'm gonna score.
Yeah.
And he dropped the puck. I got it. I roofed it in 1.4 seconds. That was just a random.
That's how those movies start for those
Exactly.
magical stories
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you look at the stick, you're like, oh my god, it has magical
And then
powers.
that's exactly. So when I was thinking about it today,
Yeah.
and I was like, if somebody told me this story, I would be like, that's like a movie type of like it doesn't happen. Like when is it when like that kind of stuff never happens to me, right? But now I think about it, that it's that kind of story. Like that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty crazy. Like I have way more stories, but like that was the first one I thought of. I don't know. Do you have any on the spot right now?
Yeah, for me, I think it's more of the off ice stuff. So when the Maple Leaf Gardens was shutting down, I told you the story before, but the Maple Leaf Garden when it was shutting down 2 weeks before. So when I was playing in Malton, they got our coach, everybody, they got tickets to. There was an OHL game that was gonna happen in the Maple Leaf Garden. So one of the last few games, I don't know. I think Mississauga was playing, so they were playing there. So before that, the coaches, all the parents, they all like, all right, let's go to Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I was like maybe 10 years old, never been there before.
Yeah.
And that was like the full day of where I was with just me and my dad and with a bunch of my friends. We went to Hockey Hall of Fame. You're playing, you know, those games that you're playing that just, you're like, wow, like you're looking at all these players, you're looking at these stats. And then after that, you go to the Maple Leaf Garden. You go to I went to the locker rooms and everything. You walk in, they show you where all like the players sit. So looked around. I was like, this is absolutely amazing. Then after that, the game was at 3:00 afternoon game. Watched the game, and then 2 weeks later, they shut it down. And I would tell people when I would go to school, I'm like, I was there. Like I was one of the last few people to watch a game. They were so cool. Yeah, but that was like a special. That was a special.
Was yours the very last one or no?
No, it wasn't the very last one. It was like 2 or 3 weeks before. Okay. So it was like
That's
one of the last few. But like that was the last. Like we all knew this was. And then I went years later. I think I went like 5 years ago to go play, and that's where they have the Longos. So they built a rink, and it's like so much smaller, and you're walking around like I can't feel the same feeling, you know, because they tore that building and renovated it and everything, right?
That's nuts. Sick. Yeah, there's so many stories. Like I'm thinking of some like right now, like I have a bunch of like hockey related ones too. I think I told you a story. I went to go watch like firefighters versus ex NHL players, and like, you know, Dave Reed, he was on TSN. He used to be there all the time. I remember he walked by. I was like, I've seen you on TSN. And he's like, oh, yeah, buddy. And then he walked past. And then Bernie Nichols came right after him. And I was like, can I get a puck? He gave me a puck. And then he signed my Leafs jersey. He never played for the Leafs, but he signed my Leafs jersey. Like,
you look at it like, damn it.
that was one of my cooler, like, getting it signed by him was really sick. I remember sitting there. I was like, yo, I have his card. Why didn't I just bring his card?
Yeah.
That would have been cool to get signed. Just random stories like that. I have a hockey one. I remember I was in grade 7. I think I was like 13 or something like that. It was like a regular game. I came out first shift. I scored. I come on the second shift. I scored. And I was like, what is happening right now? Do I have superpowers? I came out third one. I scored. It was a natural hat trick at 3 straight shifts. And then I went and scored again the 4th time. And that was pretty insane. I have that on video too. It's all recorded.
That's crazy.
So just random stories like that.
The one like hockey story I know of myself was it was me, my dad, my best friend. We're driving to my game in we're going to Meadowville, right?
Yeah.
All of Winston Churchill, and our car broke down on the highway, on the 401, and we're running late now. So my dad's like, we're all panicking. This is a playoffs. This is game 3. I think it was like because it's best out of 3, right? Game 3, and we call the tow truck guy. Comes picks us up. My dad's like, he's like tosses everything in. He's like, all right, we need to like go. And we told the tow truck guy, like, yo, can you just drop us right at the rink? Just take the car. We don't care. Just take the car. Take it to this mechanic shop. He's like, just drop us there. And we go there. And I'm changing in the
tow truck.
In the tow truck. I'm changing quickly. Get there. I missed the first like half of the first period. Get in there, score 2 goals, won the game.
Yo, that's
crazy. That was crazy.
That reminds me of a story. I was 10 years old. We had like the Christmas tournament. Yeah. And I had just eaten, right? I used to eat like right before the game. I was sitting in the car. I was 10 years old. My seatbelt was too tight and my stomach started hurting. And I was telling my mom, my stomach hurts, right? Yeah. And then I was like, yo, do you have a bag? She gave me a bag. I threw up, right? Because my seatbelt was too tight. I threw up and I go to the game. My dad tells like the coach and everything, he's not feeling well. So he puts me on defense. Dude, I got fried that game. Dude, they would come chip the puck over the boards. I'm turning around and holding my stomach like this. They'd go score. I remember the coach was like, man, what are you doing out there? I was like, I'm sick. That was pretty funny. But just because my seatbelt was too tight. And thinking I didn't know until like my mom obviously said it then when I was a kid. But like when I was older, my mom told me it was because my seatbelt was too tight. I just didn't remember that. That happened. It's so funny. It doesn't happen, bro.
I know it doesn't happen. But when you're a kid, like all these weird things happen, right?
My seatbelt was too tight.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So speaking from the childhood, I was just thinking, we could talk about since you started watching hockey till now. What are the 10 players that had the most amount of skill that you've seen, and you're just like,
Yeah.
these are my guys. Like, if I watch them play, I want to see highlights of them. But like in real life, when you're watching games of them, you're just like, okay, you're holding onto your seat. You're like, I gotta see this play.
Okay, so I started watching like hockey properly when I was like 7. So that's like 2010. So I'm gonna go from those.
2010?
Yeah,
God damn.
I'm gonna go from 2000 because I've seen games and like the old highlights and stuff, but we're keeping it like what I've actually seen that was happening.
Yeah.
So from 2010, right, or 2009 was when I, because Phil Kessel, like that's when I first started.
Okay.
So and I'm not gonna put him on my list because back when I was younger, I probably would have thought that, but like looking back, like he was really good, but there's some really talented players.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start like I have to go obviously go Connor McDavid as one of them. There's no list. Like
Okay.
I've never seen anybody like him.
Yeah.
And McDavid, the cool story with him, I watched him in his final year with playing Erie. When he was on Erie, and I think he had four points that game, and he was just flying. You could just see like this guy's like way better than everybody else. I've never seen like I've always seen like been able to pick out like it's pretty easy for me like when I was a kid to pick out the best players watching like OHL hockey, right? But this guy stood out. Like he was like you could see like this guy was the best player to ever play in the OHL. Like you could just see it, right? He's so quick. Never seen anybody like that. So he obviously goes. I think he's on everybody's list.
Yeah.
Now I'm just gonna go into like my random ones. I'm gonna go Malkin. Like Malkin in 2012 when he was doing like because like what I've seen from watching old hockey, Mario Lemieux to me is the most skilled player that I've ever seen. And like that season when Crosby was injured and Malkin was playing by himself, dude, he looked like Lemieux to me.
Yeah.
And it was just so sick watching. I remember the goal against. Remember he kind of remade the goal that Malkin had just going through. Like that's one of the sickest goals I've ever seen. So I'm gonna put him there. And then I'm gonna go with Pavel Datsyuk, obviously.
Yeah.
Like dude, that guy. Like it was like he was like a magician, like with the puck stuck to his stick like that. And then for now players, like current players, Nick Kucherov is like up there for me too. Like he blows my mind when I watch him play because he plays like he's lazy and he doesn't care. And then you can just like the way he holds his stick and makes passes, I've never seen anybody do before. Like he'll do that slap pass, but people have done slap passes, but the way he holds his stick is different. He holds his stick, he passes it like he's about to shoot. You know, you have the upper hand ahead, and he'll do that. And then goalies have no idea. Or like he'll enter zones like he's not even trying, and he'll just be skating slowly, stop, saucer pass right through the middle where you didn't even expect the puck to go. So he's up there too. I think that's number.
So you had 4?
That's 4, right? Goalies wise, I have to go Carey Price.
Okay.
Like, dude, that guy multiple times took Montreal like very far by himself. And then I'm gonna go. This one's obviously biased because he's one of my favorite players from growing up. But Nazem Kadri, I have to go with him because like, as a player, you can say whatever. Shootout specialist, dude. To this day, the way this guy scores shootout goals, he doesn't get respect. Like, dude, I think he's the first guy to create the waving the stick over the puck. You know that thing?
Yeah.
Brings it up and he'll just going like this. He's not actually stick handling, but it looks like he's stick handling. So for me, like my childhood memories and stuff, seeing him score his hat trick when he was 24 against the Islanders, scoring another hat trick, right? It's just like that's my childhood. And for like Toronto Maple Leafs skilled players, for me, it's been him and William Nylander, the two most skilled players that I've seen in my time. That's 5, and then I have to go Cale Makar. Like as a defenseman, like never seen anybody move like that. And then so we're at like what 6 now? Patrick Kane. Yeah, I have to go with that guy
for sure. Dude,
his is like I don't have words for the way that guy stick handles and stuff like that. Have you seen those drills and stuff he does?
Yeah,
like I don't think anybody's been able to stick handle like him, and it's gonna be very difficult.
With speed. It's not even stick handling. There has been players who could stick handle like that, but not with that speed at the same time.
But even then, it's like even he had that thing that Kucherov did a lot too, where on the power plays and stuff, he'll stop the game, like slow it down, and then quick, and then a pass you didn't even expect, right? And I feel like if he played, like I always think this, if he played in this era, he would have a lot more points. If you look at his stats, if you don't know anything about hockey, you're gonna think like, yo, he's a really good player, but he's not like that good because he's always been like
in his prime. In his prime,
that's what I'm saying. If you look at stats wise, but his prime was also when there's lower scoring.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
So I feel like right now he would be like 130, 100.
Yeah.
40 point.
Well,
guy.
he's the, I'll say, people, I don't know, when it comes to, people always talking about basketball, Steph Curry with the three, but I think him, Patrick Kane, he's revolutionized for small players in the league, in the NHL now, because there was a time where you just had to get bigger, and when there was small players, always overlooked. But with a player like him, he's just so fast and crafty. Just puck handling skills. I think he's opened up a lot of you're seeing Seth Jarvis's and all these kids who are coming up.
Yeah,
They all came from him. I think he kind of opened that game up for all these kids.
For sure.
Now a lot of teams, when you're looking at wingers or anything, you're not just looking at size. You're looking at if he has that speed, and if you have that Patrick Kane.
And if you like the average height's gone so down that if you watch like a Red Wings game right now, Kane doesn't look small.
Yeah,
he just looks like a regular size guy, which is crazy because the average has gone down in height. Another guy, Erik Karlsson, like prime Erik Karlsson is a beast.
Yeah,
like holy smokes. Yeah,
he was nuts.
That guy was crazy. And then I'm gonna go with Jonathan Taves as well, just because you gotta it's a skill to be so good defensively as well. And then that leads me to my next one too, Patrice Bergeron.
Okay.
And I feel like we always talk about this. People don't respect, especially this new generation. They just look at points. It's like how basketball is, kind of thing. They don't really look at like that as a skill. And even though a lot of it is like mental IQ and stuff like that, but like your stick and things like that, winning faceoffs, just positioning, just shutting the game down.
For me, it's more of my point is I'm more of an Anse Kopitar guy.
Yeah,
I feel like he's much more quieter.
Yeah, and
he does the small things that you won't even see him. Like sometimes you'll be like, I haven't seen Kopitar all period, but he's been there. Yeah, he just quietly be doing all the small things. Just
working away at it, right?
Yeah.
And then for my 10th, I don't know. I think I have to go Panarin.
Okay.
Skill wise.
Okay.
But there's so many guys. Like I didn't even say Crosby. Like Crosby to me, like when I watch Crosby, even to this day, I'm wowed. I was watching a game like maybe a couple weeks ago or something like that, and I'm just still getting amazed by the things he's doing. Right. But like if I keep it like fully skill wise, like Panarin's up there too. He has like his shot is insane. He's like Kucherov, that type of skilled type of guy. So I'll go with those. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of them.
No, there's a lot of players, because even me, when I was going through my list, I was like crossing people out and putting them back in. Crossing.
I'm sure you're gonna say a bunch, or I'm gonna.
Because the thing is with me is like I've seen the '90s too. I've seen a lot of players in the '90s that like I'm watching the players. Of course, the skill level now. I feel like with the training and everything, a lot of players that could do something.
If I go back, I'd be like Yager, Pavel Bure, like there's so many guys that, I can't say because they weren't in my
team. Like my guys is I have Peter Forsberg as one of them.
100%.
There's only been a very few players that have absolutely dominated a game in every aspect of the game. And that guy there's been a few years where he used to be like, he was dominating everybody by a mile. It was either him or Eric Lindros. And I think Peter Forsberg, it could be physically, even with skill wise too. That guy was just a smart player.
Yeah.
And so he's one. And Makar's dad, which is Erik Karlsson, which I would say, I think he's kind of built, people could say with Bobby Orr back in the days. Yeah. But then there was a huge gap of defensemen who can't really move like that until Erik Karlsson came. I think Erik Karlsson has created, Erik Karlsson at a dead puck era was putting up 76, 78 points. Yeah. Imagine what he would do now. Yeah. Right?
And he did 100 a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So I mean, it was San Jose.
Yeah, he's a fourth forward.
Absolutely amazing, right? And of course, you already said about McKinnon. You said about McDavid. Another player I would say, I'll go with the goaltender, Dominic Hasek.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna have that.
Never seen a goaltender, like I would say the only goaltender to me that's kept me on my chair is Jonathan Quick in his prime when he played for the Kings, and just the way he would move low. It was amazing.
That guy, I remember when they won the first cup.
Yeah.
He was like doing like three. I remember the funny story. We had to make cereal boxes in school, and I made Quickies pucks or something like that. And it was like a cereal that would look like pucks, like Oreos.
Okay.
Just because that was the time. But
just like how Jonathan Quick would just stay very low.
Yeah.
And you just take the entire net.
Yeah, you kind of like shrug.
Yeah. But with Dominic Hasek, it was just like, you know how you're talking about Kucherov, he looks like he's lazy and he just makes this insane pass. You could kind of say like with Hasek, sometimes you look like he's such a lazy goaltender. He's just flopping around.
He's not trying,
He's not flopping, man. That was just like his style. It was just, I don't know. It was like kung fu in hockey.
Yeah.
That's how I looked at it when I was a kid. I was like, this guy's doing kung fu on the ice. And so he was one of them. Who else did I have? I had a lot of guys, man. I mean, I have Dastuk.
Yeah.
And Dastuk, till this day, one of the best skilled player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stories about him too. He's your favorite player's favorite player.
Yeah.
That's what they say about Dastuk, right? Palver Bure, I think, hands down, till this day, I have never seen a guy like skate like that with the puck. And I think he's modernized. He played too early.
Yeah.
In his days, he was meant for this. He was meant for this era.
Yeah.
He was born too early.
He would have been like McDavid type of.
Yeah, like he was just insanely good.
Yeah.
Who else did I have? I'm just trying to think. Oh, yeah, Mario Lemieux was that. Mario Lemieux was just like unbelievable.
He would have been like, he'd be winning cups left and right now.
Yeah. I mean, practically all the guys that you named, they're there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of any. I wouldn't say skill wise. I just think a player that was fascinate me because we were talking about Bergeron and everything. It would be Nicholas Lindstrom.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
Right?
Too, yeah.
Like, I haven't seen a defenseman
Not make
so
mistakes.
complete.
Never made a mistake.
Never seen him make a mistake.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think skill wise, a lot of the players you've said they're pretty much on the same level as me, man. But the game has changed a lot when you want to
100%.
compare skill level. It's hard to compare the Peter Forsbergs to your Panarins now, right? It just, when I was a kid, when I saw him, it's just skill level was elite.
Yeah. For me, like even Jack Eichel's up there. I always talk about him. Yeah. Like he amazes me a lot too. Even I remember his best year in Buffalo. Like, he was on a tear at one point. I was like, holy smokes. Yeah. Like he's gonna. And then the injury happened, but now he's back to. He's better than he's ever been. He's a very fascinating player too. I think when it's all said and done, like he's gonna be one of my favorite players that I've ever watched play.
You know, just I get it because I think Berube was talking about it too, where the game is changing so much that players can make mistakes now defensively because the game is so fast. Yeah. Right. So it makes me think, like, what is the future going to be? Like the next generation of players, maybe give it another like 10, 15 years.
Might be like basketball where it's like 6 turnovers, but as long as you have a triple double, no one even talks about it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, are you just going to have a bunch of William Nylanders everywhere?
Yeah.
Like, is that
like right now we don't really have a young, like Sorelli's like the last, like he's like 26 too, where we see a really like a shutdown center that's like elite,
no, but typically with two-way centers, they're never born early. Yeah. Typically they don't start early. Like Bergeron and Kopitar were like one of the very few. But even when I was watching in the 90s, a lot of the 200-foot hockey players were never 200-foot hockey players until they get to a stage where they lose in the first round multiple times or second round. And then eventually they're like, all right, I need to change this part of my game.
Yeah. But like even we had like Ryan O'Reilly too, like a few of these guys where you knew from the start that they had that in them. But like thinking right now, like,
but typically those players they're not the fastest players on the ice. So they know that if they want to stick around, they need to kind of change their game. But even back then in the 90s, you'll never find a player that was so fast and they're like, no, I'm going to like start playing 200-foot hockey. Yeah. So even now with Sorelli and everything, even the younger generation, you'll look at certain centers and you'll be like, all right, like, I don't know, can this guy be it? Yeah. You know, what if your boy Trevor Zegras all of a sudden becomes a 200? Yo, he's having a great year. Yeah, he's playing great. Yeah. But imagine if he turns into a 200-foot hockey player. Yeah,
you know, we guessed it too. We thought he's gonna do well. Yeah. So he could. You never know. Yeah, I doubt it, but. Yeah, but you know, just looking at the league, you'll never know who your 200-foot hockey player is. So we're going to talk about it in the next 5 years, and then you're like, I can't believe this guy actually turned into a 200-foot hockey player. It's amazing.